What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Nikolai Capone. Today I'm joined with a very special guest, Irv Da PHENOM. What's goody?
Hey, what it do?
What's goody, my guy?
Chilling.
Man, you're coming fresh off the Wolverine and Deadpool movie, man.
Yeah.
And I know the original song came out 13 years ago.
Yeah.
13? I'm pretty sure it's 13.
It's 2010, yeah, so 13, 14 years ago.
Whew.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy to think about, man. And like, did you ever think that a song from back in the day, like kind of like repping your city, repping Kansas City, like, do you think that that was just kind of like God's plan right there?
It's all God's plan,
Yeah.
man. I definitely, it wasn't something that I pitched. They just, Disney just reached out, and I was like, first I thought it was a joke. I was like, it's always somebody like, hey, we came across your page and da-da-da-da. So I thought somebody was playing at first, and I was like, nah. I started Googling the companies, and I was like, nah, this is really, this is them.
this is them, and I am him.
Man. Yeah, God was guiding.
Yeah, dead ass, bro. God was guiding. And I kind of was watching like almost some of the video that you put out just yesterday, talking about how you would constantly draw these Marvel characters and stuff like that constantly as a kid. Is it what was the inspiration behind that? Because I think that's so cool that you're able to relate the music that you made a while back to the past of you just constantly creating these characters.
It's a trip, man. I literally grew up across the street from a 7-Eleven. And back in the day, 7-Elevens used to have comic books. They used to have magazines and comic books. Like, you go to the front door and over to the side, there was like a book stand. And you could buy like XXL Source magazine, Mad magazine.
Oh gosh.
Y'all remember Mad magazine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to love Mad magazine. Like, I always had like a dark, sarcastic sense of humor anyway.
Yeah, it just made sense.
Yeah, so I was like in the Mad magazine, but also Deadpool, because dark, sarcastic sense of humor, you know what I'm saying? So it's just a trip, man. It's just like, I definitely grew up as a kid in the hood that was super into comic books, and as I started going to like middle school and high school, a lot of kids wasn't really into that in the hood, and it was just my thing that I liked. I always still liked it.
Yeah, it was kind of a full circle kind of thing. Like, it's just, man, just to think that like the possibility of all this happening. Like, what are honestly the chances of just? It gotta be like in the billions for sure, bro. Like, you make a song, a while back, and it happens to be the perfect representation of it because Deadpool's red, Wolverine's yellow.
That's why I laughed, because I was puzzled. I was like, why do y'all want this song? And then, well, here's the other thing. When they first reached out, they were kind of secretive,
Oh, okay.
The first email, I didn't see the first email. I saw the second email, and I went back to the first email. And in the first email, they were like, so we like your song Red and Yellow. We want to use it for a movie. It's like, for a movie. They're like, it's an upcoming movie. And they're just being super vague.
Yeah.
So by the time I saw the second email, thank God I saw the second email.
Right. Hey.
By the time I saw the second email, they were like, okay, it's Deadpool, Wolverine, pending title, da-da-da-da. And I was like, oh, the colors. And I got hyped in because like, oh, he's gonna really put the costume on.
Yeah.
So I'm getting hyped because I'm getting spoiler alerts like early. I'm like, oh, he's gonna really be in the red, and they're gonna have the red and yellow.
Yeah.
So it's just a trip, man. Like I said, like I used to draw them because I wanted to make my own comic books.
You still do?
Yeah. Have you seen my new comic book cover?
What was it? The one that you put on Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah,
Did you make that?
No, I linked up with an artist that I gave him I want this type of vibe, and he put together, nailed it.
Yeah, he was good. He was good. I was about to say, because if you don't mind if I just put it like pop it up in the interview or whatever, of you drawing like it was kind of like a half part of Wolverine.
Yeah.
Bro, I was like, oh, he just talented at this point. Like, he is talented.
I can draw, man. I got to make more time to get back to like visual art, but like I draw, design clothes, I style people, I do music, I act, voiceover. So like the arts, I think it's all just, to me, it's like one talent that if you're playing ball, right? You're gonna play defense, then you go play offense, and then you do these different parts of the game. So I just look at creativity as like all a basketball game. Sometimes I'm gonna shoot, sometimes I'm gonna be trying to get the ball from you, sometimes I'm gonna dunk, but it's all the same sport. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really impressive just the amount of talent that you have, man.
I appreciate it, bro.
It's insane, man. So why did you also decide to go ahead and come into DreamCon? I mean, it kind of fits, of course, with almost like the nerd stereotype. You know what I mean? Like we like comics and shit.
DreamCon came about because I got shout out two of the homies. I got to shout out Inner Demon, the homie Chris, amazing artist. I met him through. He would come out to some of the shows when I was on tour, and then we just wound up linking. I seen him at, I think it might have been a Cess Crew show or something. Shout out to Cess Crew.
Yeah.
And he just kind of chopped it up with me, and he was like, yeah, you know I do art too. And I was like, okay. And I seen his art. I'm like, no, like, nah, you different, bro. Like you really that.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've always had a respect for his artwork. And then a couple weeks ago, I did a panel in Kansas City, Kansas, my hometown, with the homies. Gerald Houston came out, Big Cam I Am, JR Saxophonic, the C in Comedy, a whole bunch of just dope social media creators. And Irving Lambert, he was flown in to help with that production on there. And, you know, as soon as I met him, we got the same name. So I'm like...
It just makes sense.
Yeah, I'm like, either we're going to be hella cool or we're going to try to, like, unalive each other so there can only be one of us. So that way there's no, like, tension in the multiverse, you know what I'm saying? But we wound up getting along hella cool, man. And he was, like, telling me about DreamCon. And he showed me some footage of it. I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
They look like they're having so much fun. Like, there's people in Pikachu outfits, swag surfing and shit. I was just like, yo, I gotta go.
Yo, bro, I'm gonna need you to send me that photo of that Green Ranger one you just showed me, bro. I want to pop that up on. I want to pop that up on screen. That shit is hilarious, man. But yeah, like,
and the timing was crazy. This weekend, Deadpool just came out like yesterday.
Yeah.
So I was like, there's no better place I could possibly be than like DreamCon.
It makes sense, you know.
Shaking hands and meeting new people and just introducing myself to a lot of new people. So yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say. So how was like the private screening of Deadpool?
It was so dope. Shout out to the homie Brad in Kansas City. He just hit me up and he was like, yo, what are you doing on, Tuesday? We got a private screening here. And, you know, it was low key. It was like very just like the people that work at the theater, you know what I mean? And like they had red carpet events and all that stuff, but I really liked that it was just like, it's my favorite movie theater I always go to. It's called B&B. And when they give you your popcorn, they say, enjoy the magic of the movies. Like they say it every time. I'm like, yo, I love that shit. Like it's just like so wholesome.
Yeah. Like,
so, and like they genuinely care about like making the movie experience tight. So I was like, yeah, I'm always coming here.
Yeah.
So when they invited me for like a special screening, like I loved it. We were in there chilling. We watched the movie, and I can't give anything away because some people haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, we ain't gonna be those people.
The moments in the movie, like when you get to experience certain moments. Okay, let's say it like this. Can I cuss on this?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
So when I was, you remember the first X-Men when Juggernaut was in it?
Yeah.
And then there's a scene where Juggernaut says, I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Yeah.
And it's like there was this YouTube video.
Oh, I remember the parody, and then there was also like this catch-up motherfucker. Yeah. Hey, that's a classic.
Look at my suit. My suit is so tight. You can't hurt me. I'm the motherfucking Juggernaut, bitch. All right, so whenever that happened in the movie, we went crazy. We're like elbowing each other, like, yo, he said it, you know? So it's like those type of moments where if you're in on it, if you read the comic book, this one, Deadpool had all that like potent, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to get to share those like moments together with people that I know are diehard about it and like excited, it was just great, man.
That's fire, man. I was about to ask what your favorite moment was, but then I'm like, I feel like
that's
too.
Yeah,
that's too spoilish. It's too spoilish for sure.
Yeah.
Oh man. Another question I wanted to ask you was, like, how do you juggle like between all these talents? Because, you know, you're a phenomenal rapper. You know what I mean?
Appreciate it.
I think you're, like, I was telling you earlier before this interview that you remind me a lot of Chris Brown, like very Chris Brown-esque, you know what I mean?
Shout
like
out
in
to
that
Chris Brown.
similar, you know. So how do you just kind of juggle between those when it comes to like songs or?
I don't think it's anything that I have to juggle as much as just it's what I feel. You know, like some emotions are better conveyed singing. Some emotions are better conveyed rapping. You know, if it's more aggressive or it's more somber or certain tones I want to go from. You know, it's the same thing as like different notes.
Yeah, yeah.
And sometimes it comes out more percussive, and that's whenever I'm going to rap. And then I think it's just as a songwriter, it helped me to be more versatile.
Okay.
At how I approach records. So, you know, I just whatever the mood feels, you know.
Yeah, has there ever been like a record where, like, say you're collaborating with somebody and they're like, yeah, you know, and it sounds like it might be more of a rapping thing, but then you send it back to them and you like, you know, you mixture between like rapping and singing, and they're like, hey, I didn't expect that.
Yeah, I'm sure I've done that. I'm sure I've done that. I haven't had anybody like complain about it, but it's normally like, oh, nigga, I didn't even. What? But it's just like it just happens. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it's just very organic.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's tight, bro.
Yeah.
And also one thing that I didn't really quite know, because I knew you were originally, you know, I knew who you were originally from the Team Backpack ciphers and stuff like that. So for a little bit, you went from what was it? NOWDAZE?
NOWDAZE, yeah.
NOWDAZE, oh, my bad. Hey, that's that 5 hours of sleep. But,
Yeah, you're good.
But yeah, man. Now you were NOWDAZE. I was curious because I didn't really kind of know the backstory behind that, why the switch was, and then you switching back.
Yeah.
I was curious, how did that happen?
So NOWDAZE came about after I read this book that changed my life. It's called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. And the premise of the book is all of the problems in our life have already happened, and we have the tendency to live in past trauma, even though the trauma is no longer happening. Like right now.
Yeah.
Shit that happened to you when you were 5, 10, 15, whatever. You might think about it throughout the day. You weren't thinking about it at all until I just mentioned it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we have the tendency sometimes to keep bringing those old things up, and they ruin our current moment. Right now, we're enjoying this interview.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? We're kicking in that DreamCon. So it's like, why?
We with Irv Da PHENOM, by the way.
Yeah, man. It's like, why would we ruin this moment with old shit? So I was like, damn. Or sometimes we're so preoccupied about what's going to happen. We're worried about the future when that's not promised. We only got right now. So I was so amazed by how clear this book made it. You know what I mean? Just being like, I was diagnosed with severe PTSD multiple times, right? And that was one of those things before I had received that diagnosis. Before that, I was trying to like navigate just how to be happy in life, you know what I'm saying? And just live a better life. And that book really was a game changer for me. And during that time, I was doing a lot of soul searching. Artistically, I was trying a lot of new things. And to be honest, I didn't feel phenomenal, bro. It was some rough stuff that I was dealing with, going through a lot. And I was just trying to find myself. And I was also working really hard to stay present. So I just changed my name to NOWDAZE, as in like in a constant state of amazement and awe of the present moment.
That's actually beautiful. Like, damn, I really didn't expect that. Like that was incredibly deep. Wow.
It was kind of like a sabbatical. You know what I'm saying? It was a sabbatical where I could still create music. I did a lot of rock during that little era. Like pop, I did. So if you look up NOWDAZE, you'll find some records that's like, damn, this is some different shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just experimenting and reading a lot of books and just a lot of shadow work.
Okay. And what was it? So what made you switch back to Irv?
I started feeling phenomenal again. Yeah, I really, you know, my family, that's what I call my listeners. You know what I mean? It was around like 2020, you know, the world was upside down. Everything was crazy.
Yeah.
And I just felt like the people need something that like feels like home, that feels familiar. You know what I mean? And I was just like, okay. I put out something, and all I know is I just felt like, all right, it's time to like pick back up.
Yeah.
And get in my bag now that I sorted out these different things, and yeah, that's really what it was, you know.
Truly, truly a very beautiful answer. I really like that. I wasn't expecting something so deep. Like it's so true, man. We're always caught up in the past that we can't even enjoy the present, and that ruins, our future.
Yeah.
So I know that as an artist, you can get unmotivated. My question is, how after a decade of putting in work has that allowed you to continue going? Like, what is your motivation to constantly keep going? Because a lot of people quit after what? I think the first year.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 at most.
I think I have 2 reasons why, and like my first one is because I genuinely love it.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I went through, the industry is a beast. Like when they say chew you up and spit you out, oh, for sure.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like you got to read contracts, you got to sign contracts, but it's funny because everybody calls you brother. You know what I mean? Oh, that's my brother. That's my brother. Like, nigga, we ain't got the same mama. Y'all weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different.
But I want y'all to know, Irv's one of the funniest people that I've met, man. This dude is fucking hilarious, man.
Yeah,
but yeah,
man.
please continue, my man.
Yeah, the thing, I was jaded for a little bit, but I realized that I love it, and if I don't do it, there is a sense of peace that I'm still like searching for. It just comes through creativity for me. So I knew I had to do it. You know what I'm saying? And the second thing that's kept me going is as I began to like understand that our talent isn't just for the sake of having talent. We can infuse purpose into it. You know what I'm saying? We can make other people feel seen. And once I realized like what I'm doing is helping other people feel represented and heard and seen, I was like, I gotta keep doing it, and it's really just bigger than me. The moment that I was able to align my purpose with my passion, it's just been not only more effortless, but like things have just been falling in line so like easy, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is coming from somebody who used to sell CDs out the trunk. That grind, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I did hear about that.
Yeah, bro. I probably sold, tens of thousands of CDs out of my trunk. Like, tens of thousands, if not over 100K, for sure.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I've always wondered that because a lot of people can't market themselves, and you came from an era where you said that you were, selling all this stuff out of the trunk of your car. So what do you have to say to, say, an up-and-coming artist who is trying to create, and the first thing that happens is, like, they get unmotivated because they can't create, like, you know what I mean? Like, they can't sell their stuff to even continue creating on.
Part of me is like, if you get unmotivated too easy, stay unmotivated. Become a manager. We need more managers. We need more cameras.
Yeah, I was about to say.
More, you know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that, bro. It's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Because when it's really in you and not on you, you can't stop doing it. You see what I'm saying?
True.
Like, you just can't stop doing it, bro. Like, I've tried. Believe me, like, music is like the worst return on investment possible.
Yeah.
Shit sucks.
Yeah.
You'll get some money down the line after years and years of busting your ass versus you could become a real estate agent. You could trade stocks. You can open a business. You can work a Fortune 500 corporate job and work your way up the ladder and make great money.
Yeah.
So this shit isn't for the money. It's for the love. And when you align, again, your passion and your purpose, then you'll start seeing the money. But if you're in that early stage of like, you're trying to stay encouraged, I just say you got to find your why. You got to figure out why are you doing this. You got to figure out if you truly love it. Because marketing is cool, but at the end of the day, like, you can't market authenticity. Like, you can't just think you're going to compensate with shoving it in people's face instead of just being authentic.
Yeah.
Because that's always going to... So you got to just figure out who you are. You know what I mean? That goes back to my NOWDAZE thing. Like,
Yeah.
You got to figure out who am I? What story am I going to tell? And why should people care? And once you can figure that out, it just kind of like radiates off you, and people can like relate to you. They feel like they can talk to you about certain things, but that only comes through, you know, like doing that work and really sitting with yourself and like being honest with yourself, and just if you have a higher power or any kind of reason why you do what you do, tap in with it.
Real. That was real as hell. Like, hey, so if y'all are unmotivated in year one, you need to get the fuck out.
Get out the way. No, seriously.
Yeah,
when I say
seriously.
get out the way, I really mean like for real. Teams. We need teams, dog. Like everybody don't gotta be the rapper because the rapper can't do everything.
Facts.
If your homeboy is the best rapper out y'all squad, one of y'all need to start being a manager. One of y'all need to start doing the merchandise. One of y'all could be the DJ. Like, bro, it take a team.
Yeah,
Teamwork make the dream work.
I really always love that saying, man. That's such a good saying. So I wanted to kind of, you know, change it up a little bit. I don't want to, like, when it comes to mind when we're talking about north, south, you know, west, east, who are some of your favorite artists from, you know, those respective coasts and everything, regions? I just want you to name one.
East Coast. I think East Coast. East Coast, I'm gonna say Pharaoh Monch.
Okay.
People sleep. He singer, rapper.
He's fire.
Excellent lyricist, like
Top tier. Top tier.
Yes, for sure. Yes.
Yeah, that was crazy.
West Coast, my boy Kendrick. You don't even need to say nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see it.
Yeah, you know.
You see it. I still have a burnt copy of Section 80 that he burnt me personally and wrote in Sharpie, Section 80 on K. Lamar. I'm like, bro, crazy. So
You always got a rep.
that's my dog. Who else we got? Down south, Andre 3000.
Fire.
For sure.
Good
Andre
pick.
3000.
Good pick.
If we go in, I mean, we don't even think about up north. What's up north?
I mean, just Midwest. So people usually go
I say
Eminem.
Midwest. Yeah, so if we go in Midwest up north, I'm gonna go with Twista.
Twista's nice, bro. I feel like people don't give Twista the amount of respect he deserves.
It's not just fast rap.
Yeah.
When you break
got
down what
bars.
he's saying, bro, it's like you got to think. It take work to put the syllables together to give you a fast verse. But then it also take work to like have punchlines and metaphors and similes and all that. He's got all that and made it chopped up. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy. So yeah, Twista for sure. I grew up listening to him walking to school, to the bus stop on my Walkman, definitely.
Yeah, like I still remember when he did not Overnight Celebrity, but it was the other Kanye song,
Slow Jams.
I remember that, and he did that Earth, Wind, and Fire reference. Like, it was a reference / bar.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, you know what I mean? At first, I just kind of think he was just throwing words out there, you know what I mean? Just kind of rapping fast. But then, like, I started, like, looking at, like, the bars, kind of broke down the bars. I was like,
in the wind,
I was like, he
fire.
nice.
Let me get your sheets wet, listen to the key sweat. Put you in a daze with maze, feeling out every temptation, slow dream and having deep sex. He's stupid.
He's fire. He's fire, bro.
Sure. Shout out to the big homie Twista. I got to tour with him. He's dope.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's dope. I went out with him and Do or Die.
That's fire.
Yeah.
Hey, man, much respect to you on that one. That's the heat. So one of the questions that I like to ask, always wrapping up things, is how does Irv Da PHENOM want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered as an example of what happens when you seek to offer value to the world and do it through walking in your purpose. So no matter what you do, what your talents are, once you figure out how to help other people with those talents and those gifts, the way that you can excel, you know, because it's bigger than all of us. We can all help somebody in a way that only we can. You got a story.
Yeah.
That some younger dude later down the line is going to see somebody right now maybe. They'll sit there and talk to you and you'll be able to tell them something that's gonna apply to their life so specifically that they can't get anywhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's on us to navigate those things and to know ourselves so that we can like truly understand how we overcame certain things, how we've been able to grow in certain areas, and we can share that story with somebody else and help them. So I just want to be an example of what that looks like.
I love it. It was just a very beautiful and articulate just point that you made on that. Man, I really love this interview. Thank you, man. Like that's a beautiful thing. We should always be doing that and helping navigate our fellow man. You know what I mean? Like not like that. Pause.
Yeah,
you know?
Chill out, Diddy. Relax.
Oh shit! Hey, but that's the best thing about like doing interviews and shit. Like I like to do I like to do interviews and shit with the homies, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you
for sure. Thank you for having me. For sure.
All right. Make sure to check out Irv's new stuff coming out, man. He's a very talented artist, and where can they find you at?
Irv Da PHENOM on everything. That's IRV DA PHENOM, short for phenomenon.
And I'll make sure to put the links down below everything. But yeah, man, I appreciate you having on. Oh golly, can I speak today? Jesus, appreciate you coming on, man. We are out. Peace.
Well.